really everything kind of comes together this morning. I was going to just forego the gospel and just preach on St. Joseph the Worker. This gospel passage was just this previous Sunday's gospel passage. So we got a repeat from Sunday. But it really sits in nicely with today's memorial of St. Joseph the Worker, a very recent and new memorial in the liturgical calendar of the church. It's only been since 1955 when Pius XII declared that May 1st is the feast day of St. Joseph the Worker to counteract what's called May Day, a holiday started by the Soviet Union and the communist movement. And so let's kind of put these pieces together. But first I just want to give kind of a little bit of a theological discussion on the nature of work. If you remember during the season of Lent, maybe around the third or fourth week of Lent, we read the passage of Jesus healing the crippled man for 38 years. And from that miracle, Jesus gets into an argument or disagreement with the religious leaders because he did this healing on the Sabbath. Jesus wasn't supposed to do any work on the Sabbath, including healing. And Jesus' response to the critique is that his Father is always working. As I said, during that homily, one of the beliefs with the Israelites concerning God and work and the Sabbath is that they know that God is doing two things on the Sabbath. He's given life and he's passing judgment. Okay, how do we know that? Because people are born on the Sabbath and people die on the Sabbath. So from that observation of nature, people said, okay, well, God must be at least doing those two things on the Sabbath. He's not completely resting. And our Lord adds more to that. He says, no, the Father is constantly active in our lives, whether it's the Sabbath or not, constantly seeking us, constantly saving us. The Father's always working. And so the work and God goes hand in hand. I mean, God's ultimate first act of work, so to speak, is that of creation. Okay, creation is a work of God. And as we see in today's gospel passage, the work that Jesus is describing is that the Father is the vine grower, and Jesus is the vine, and we are the branches. Notice that in vegetation and gardening, if something's not growing, then it's dead. So there's always work that's being done in our lives. And so when we work, we are participating in the creative action of God. And so that was Adam's first task. Okay, God creates Adam. What's he do? He puts him to work. Okay, but work before the sin was very peaceful and it wasn't a burden. Okay. It's only after the fall where God tells Adam that, he's going to, sweat from his brow, that he's going to break his back with work now because of sin, because of what? Of the hostility and the lack of peace that we have between God. Now we see the work that God gives us has like a burden, okay? Something that we perceive has like a load on our shoulders, and it wears us down. And we can't wait till we retire, But the nature of work is always God-oriented, okay? And so again, Pope Pius institutes this feast day against communism where work is seen as what? Something that's just the benefit of the human person and the benefit of the state. Literally leaving God out of the equation. God has no place, no business in the work that we do. But as Christians and as the anthropology of the human person, we see work as what? Participating in the work of God. So in this gospel passage, Jesus says, without me, you can do nothing. It's just a reminder, all the work, the tasks that we do, also under the patronage of St. Joseph, who, again, his work was what? was protecting the child Jesus and protecting our Blessed Mother. Under his patronage as well as the model of our work, everything that we do is not necessarily just for ourselves, but is for the glory and honor of God and participating in the great work that he continues to do in our lives. May God bless you.